How it feel to be a dad, how it feel to be a man. You provide by any means, and we sticking to the plan. Yeah, I do this for my seed. Come and listen, come and see. Remember it was just me, now it's all about me. Lead by example, this for my child, I swear that I got you for life. Went from the court to talking about buckets, now we talking Pampers and wipes. I really love this though, look at you and get inspired. You the fuel to my fire. Come here, let me change your diaper dash.
Yo,
we
come
good?
on, bro. Let's
We
get
good
it.
now? All right, bet, man. Y'all know what the vibe is. It's your boy GQ.
And this is your boy Big Bug. What's popping?
Come on, you know the vibe.
I don't know. You real
live
quiet
tonight.
right now. What's up, bro? I see you got a lot of energy.
I was looking down on the notes like what we about to talk about. But nah, man, we back. We just coming off of Father's Day weekend. How was your Father's Day, man?
Relaxing, I guess. The one day out of 365 days in a year. You know, typical dad shit. No, we was chilling. What did we do? Woke up. We took the kids out to the farm, went to the store, came back. I pretty much just kicked it, bro. Mom Dukes was in town. It's my first real Father's Day with her in town, so that was pretty special to me. But other than that, you know, just another day in the fucking life. You know how the story go. It's supposed to be a day of rest, and nobody. Yeah, she was here.
Mom Dukes had came up. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
that.
you know, it's supposed to be the day of rest, and still ain't rest. So, you know, it's typical father shit. But how was your shit? How was your Father's Day?
Shit was good, man. It's funny, y'all was just telling Marcus. Jasmine's like, you know, what you want me to cook tomorrow? I'm like, you ain't got to cook. I'm going out. She's like, you going out? I said, yeah, man, you know, the Monday's a holiday. You know, I ain't going to pass up on it. She was like, oh, all right, bet. All right. So, yeah, Father's Day was good, man. Woke up. Funny thing ever. Yo, Nova, she be so excited about shit
Right.
that she has to do shit the night of. Like, she can't do shit the next day. So I had got my card that day, the night before. And she like, yo, happy Mother's Day. I'm like, Mother's Day? It's Father's Day. What you on? And then she had gave me her card and then had to give me Jasmine's card too. So I'm like, yo, just wait till tomorrow. She's like, nah, you gotta open it now, Daddy. I'm like, niggas is bugging, man. But shit was cool. Just chill. We was chilling the whole weekend, to be honest. We was watching Something in the Water. You know, that was up here in DC. So we was watching that on Amazon Music. They showed like all the concerts and stuff like that. Yeah, it was on Amazon for free. So we was just kicking back, chilling, watching that. Sunday was just chill. Typical breakfast, and that was really it, man.
Hit the town, kicking it.
Hit the town. Oh yeah, went out, hit the town, just chill, relax. That was really it, my G. Listen to the Drake album. Hold on, what you thought about the Drake album before we get started, my G? Like, I want to just give me your real shit.
I'm giving you my real shit. Don't ask me right now. Give me like another week.
Don't ask.
Give me another week.
This
is one a little harder to jot. This album is a little different than my typical. I'm not into like not even typical Drake albums. Like, I'm open to a lot of music, but that dance hall shit is just not. That's not something that's dear to me. So I know it's closer to you than it is to me. So
that shit was different than dance hall. That shit was really on some. It was on some dance, like it was house music.
Yeah,
like
I'm not trying to hear all that right now. But
like back in the day, we listened to like the Baltimore club music.
That's what one of the producers on the album was talking about, and all this other shit. Okay, fine, I get it. So just give me another week, and then ask me again, and I'll make my final call on it. We obviously know that you've been texting me talking about you can't wait to play some of the songs at the bachelor party. So I'm already knowing that.
Yeah, I got a couple joints I wanna bust on the yacht, but yeah, man, I guess we'll we'll talk about it later when you finally get a chance to listen to it. But
for sure.
Yeah, Father's Day was chill, man. Another Father's Day in the books. I don't know if you saw like 50 Cent's meme, but he was just talking about like, why on Father's Day you see commercials and motherfuckers wanting to buy screwdrivers and fucking hammers and shit like that. But when it's Mother's Day, you see commercials of Zelle, you know, diamonds. They're like, yo, niggas like diamonds too, man.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what we like, bro. Yo, I've literally summed up fatherhood in one fucking breath the other day, and it made a lot of sense. Yo, I don't know what it is, but I'm always getting asked the question, what am I doing? And then my answer is, I don't know, every time. That's literally fatherhood in a nutshell. You're always being asked what the fuck you doing. Everyone being nosy in your shit when you're just trying to mind your business. And when they ask you why something is the way it is, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm going to give you a bullshit answer, but I don't fucking know. So I literally just summed it up, and that's why. People, they don't care about what the fuck we think. Yeah, we like diamonds, but no, you get screws. No, you don't get trips. You get this tie. You get the lawnmower. Yeah, that's what you're getting ready. You got a project. You got 2 projects waiting for you, brother. Happy Father's Day. Yeah, that's our lives these days, bro. Nah, but
he said something along that lines. He was like, man, it's just another day to remind you where to stay your money at.
Yeah, it's the one more day to remind you that you're still kicking, you're still thriving, and you're always being next. What are you doing? I don't know. What am I doing? I don't know. But anyway, let's get back to you. You texted me. I texted you earlier. See if you had something hot off the press for us, and you said we. Oh
yeah, I had some. I just want to hear your thoughts.
Oh boy.
So, this dude, you know, he's been married for like 9 years.
Wait, do you know this guy?
He said,
"Okay,
nah. It was on the radio."
Right. I like this.
So he called in. He said, you know, he'd been married for 9 years. He had a side chick for 5 years though, out of the 9, and he ended up, you know, getting her pregnant, but she doesn't believe in abortions. But he had convinced her to, you know, give the baby up for adoption. On the back end, though, his wife wants a baby, so she's thinking about adoption. He is like, right now, he's trying to like figure out a way how he can adopt his seed from the side chick.
There are some real sick fucks in this world. There's that is some sickening, disturbing news that you could ever tell me. So you mean to tell me
everyone?
No, okay, let me just clear this up for the people that are listening. So this guy has been married for 9 years. He's had a side chick for 5. He gets his side chick pregnant. She doesn't believe in abortion, but she does believe in adoption, apparently, because he convinced her to put the baby up for adoption. Meanwhile, his current wife, who has his same last name, wants a baby, and he's trying to convince her to adopt his side piece, his sneaky links baby, and keep this one big happy family. All right, so what were the people saying?
Oh, they called in. They were like, "This nigga,
he's a fucking sicko." Like, yeah, he's.
They were, he's a nut. All this shit, like, he's crazy.
And then on top of that, so I got another question, baby girl. If you don't believe in abortion, but you believe in adoption, ain't that contradicting yourself?
To some ways, I would say no, because you're not killing the life of a human.
But you're
giving it away for someone to raise, but you're not necessarily killing it. You know what I mean? Like abortion, you're actually killing a human. It won't have any chance to live. Like this, I have a chance to live and do whatever. You won't be able to do it. It won't be raised by you, but it still have an option. It still have opportunity.
So either way it goes, you're getting rid of your child, whether it's one extreme of abortion or giving it away. So that confuses me in a nutshell. Number 2. So let's do the math here. He's been married 9 years. Shorty been on the side for 5. That means he was playing the 50 on both of them and was finding out who was the most real one. Kept the real one. Found out who was cool being the side joint, and they've been together for 9 years. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. She didn't just mysteriously just stumble upon her. They've been together for 9 years. He's known her for a while. But yeah, no, he's a fucking he known her since he met his wife. Honestly, yo, what? And my man really trying to convince his wife. First, like, are you not willing to just get your wife pregnant?
I don't know. You know, some women aren't able to have kids.
What?
Or
yeah,
some
that's
women,
true too. Yeah, okay, I get that. But was there any part of the story where it was like she's not willing to have kids? They didn't disclose that information.
They didn't even get to that part.
Yeah, you can't because you got to look past all this nut shit that he's talking about. So he's gonna adopt his real child. You can't even do that, can you? Can you adopt your real child?
Well, people would. The way they would do it, no one would know that's his real child. You know what I mean? The way I'm thinking of it, because how would if she has the baby, she gave it up for adoption, how would anyone know that he was the father of the child except for just them?
I don't know. I have this weird weird feeling in my mind that one. Nah, maybe not. Okay, now I'm thinking too much into it, but so you're just gonna adopt? You're gonna put your child? You know, how the hell does he sleep at night knowing that there's a kid in the other room that he adopted, that he created? How the fuck does that make sense?
Yeah, that's wild.
That's the wicked part.
That's wild, and I always think about that. Like, man, dudes that got other seeds out there, and they probably live their own life. Like, how crazy that is, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't be a man in this world knowing I got a kid out there. They're just it's just roaming the streets. Just not roaming the streets, but you get me what I'm saying. Like, that's just out there. It's just living life, and I have no idea about that.
Yeah, that's just wild. To end. Oh man!
No, first of all, it's a hard situation. But back to this stupid ass story you just told me. This shit sounds made up as fuck. But yeah, and
you know what? The more and more that people started to call in, and I started to hear people say, I felt like it was made up a little bit.
It sounds all the way made up. This shit sounds like an A&E movie. This shit sounds like a fucking Lifetime movie for sure, bro. He's literally talking about He's been married for 9 years.
Why would he even call in this?
Who the fuck? I hope he put this through as an anonymous tip. They better not have found out who this man's name is, because this is just, I couldn't even. Why would I would be embarrassed to tell somebody that. Like, how do you even fix your mouth to be like, oh yeah, well, I've been married for 9 years. I got my side chick pregnant of 4 or 5 years. She doesn't believe in abortion. I got her. This shit sounds just too coincidental. Like,
it sounds too coincidental, man. Like too made up, to be honest, man.
What radio station you hear this on?
But I thought, 96.3. Frank.
Okay, all right. Well, we need to reach out to him to get the receipts on this story, because this sounds like some shit he made up in his basement. Honestly, it's just too crazy.
And they do it. It's like a group chat thing where like they do confessions on every Monday and Wednesday. And today was like the confession that they talked about.
That's a confession you don't even need to bring up. You need to keep that shit tucked in the vault, bro. Don't even. I wouldn't even tell my closest friend.
I wouldn't know.
Like, there's.
Let me ask you this: if you were dealing with a girl on the side and you got her pregnant and she did not want to keep it, what would be your first reaction and thought to what to do?
I don't know. I've never been in that situation, so I can't.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I can't. I don't know. That's not a answer I could give you right now. I can't just. First of all, I would never put myself in a predicament like that. Number two, there's just some like keep it G. Like, there's just some situations in life that you can't even think about what you would do. Cause you don't fucking know. Like, you really don't know. Like,
nah, you really don't know. But I would say this. I wouldn't say it's not a common thing. There's niggas out there. Probably some of our favorite niggas out there. They do it. They got it. Like, to be honest, Drake could have been one of them niggas too if he had a kid, if he had another kid. You know what I mean? Like, his story is not as similar, but it's pretty much similar for real. Fucking with a joint, getting her pregnant, not knowing that it was really his.
Yeah.
That's, a situation. But I know there's somebody out there. What wasn't niggas talking about the baseball player dude?
Who?
There was a baseball player that played for the White Sox. Let me see what his name is. Hold on.
I don't remember this story.
White Sox baseball.
Yeah, bro, this is just a situation I ain't even. You can't. I'm not giving no answers to because I don't know.
Oh, here it is. Tim Anderson.
That's the dude. That's the ain't that the Jackie Robinson dude? One of the players from the Yankees called him somebody you gonna be the next called him the next Jackie Robinson or something like that, and he like took it as like a racial comment. Anyway, that's beside the fact. But give me the story.
Nah, basically, Tim Anderson, he's married. Great father figure. Everyone looked up to him. Good looking guy, played baseball, good smile, black, has a family. And then he was caught last week on camera, like with the side joint, and she's pregnant right now. He was like, he was just in the car, just like laughing, chilling or whatever. People were going, saying this, that, and the third about it. We were talking about it in a group chat. But I didn't know him. I think I seen him on a commercial one time, but I didn't necessarily know who he is or like watch any, baseball games.
Yeah. But no, I don't know how dudes can do that shit, bro.
Tristan Thompson, Carmelo Anthony,
Tristan Thompson joined crazy. Well,
Carmelo.
What happened to Carmelo?
He got twins.
For real? Bro, yeah, bro, I was probably too young to remember. At that point in life, it was strictly ball.
That shit was like 2 years. That was like right when the pandemic started.
Shut up. Where the fuck have I've been living under a rock. That's why. Okay. That makes sense.
Yes, man. He was married to Lala. Or he was with Lala.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. And then he ended up getting this one joint for Chicago pregnant. She had twins. She had twins, and then I remember one weird thing is he was trying to get them to move to the UK or something like that. But it was something that was like a finesse.
Yeah, I forgot that sounds like an ultimate finesse. He tried to get him up out the way. That's what it was.
Yeah, he was like, "Yo, I want them born in like London or something like that." It was something. I think it was along the lines where like if they're born over there, like. Tax or something, just some type of finesse,
some fucking dual citizenship bullshit he was trying to pull. I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know. Like, what would you do?
I'm with you, man. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, really bro. There's really situations in life where you can't say, "Oh, I'm going to do this." Negro, you
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
don't know.
Like when I found out Ashley was pregnant, I thought I was gonna be the day I thought I was gonna when I found out I was gonna have kids, I thought I was gonna be like all like flowers and I'm excited. Like, yo, I had a complete system shock, bro. Ask Ashley. I swear to God, I had a complete system shock. I kept asking, I was like, yo, what are we gonna do? What's going on? Like my mind reverted back to feeling like I was 18, like still living in my mama house. Like, and she's like, what do you mean? What are we going to do? I was like, what's going, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's something, that's the only time I've ever been in that situation of like finding out, that I got somebody pregnant. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't, unless these stupid ass stories pop up where dudes just coincidentally get somebody pregnant trying to adopt over here and keeping this kid over here. Meanwhile, you taking the kid, you thinking your wife got your wife thinking you and the kid bonding time playing baseball. Meantime, he visiting his real mom, and then now it's this whole big fucking circle of lies. It's just
it's messy as hell, and I just like how you said, man. Like, I don't know what I would do because like my head would be spinning. I wouldn't know what to say, what to think.
No, I
just don't.
I wouldn't know a damn thing, but just I don't know. That's why you just don't put yourself in this situation. Just stay grounded, stay focused on the main thing. Love your lady to death. Keep it moving. God.
What situation? You said you had something you wanted to talk about.
I was upstairs on the couch about an hour ago, a couple hours ago, whatever. Excuse me. And I was just doing, I do my typical research every so often when it comes to the podcast. I'm seeing different things and ideologies that I find on the internet and whatnot. So then I started really thinking. And it might sound like an obvious question, like an obvious answer to the question I'm about to ask. But I think it's a little more complex than just the direct answer that we all would assume, or maybe some of us would assume. But do you think social media has made us softer as parents, or do you think that social media made it revolutionary for the growth of parenthood? Does that make sense?
Softer?
Like, you know how like we always say like, well, when I was raised, like, you know, our parents always tell us, oh, when I was raised, when I got in trouble, it was always we always got beat with the switch and this, that, and the third. And then I started realizing that like as we getting older, like obviously we're turning to our parents, but do you think that social media in its totality had made us softer or weaker as parents? Like, compared to, like, how we were raised? Or do you think it's revolutionary that it's, like, pushing the agenda forward of, like, redefining parenthood? Because, like, we always say it all the time, right? Like, a lot of parents like reading books and literature and, I saw this on Instagram, and I saw this on Twitter, and I saw this here, I saw this there, right? Does that make do you think that it made it worse, or worse for parenthood, or do you think it made it revolutionary for parenthood?
I don't want to hear it if it's coming from social media, or I don't want to hear it. I feel like parenthood itself is like, it's really just off of experience, man. It's nothing niggas really can tell you. They can advise you some shit, but like every kid is different. I always said that to you. I'm like, yo, bro, like, she might be walking, what's her name might be talking. It's just everyone's different. So I don't really know how a book or social media can really like advise niggas on like what really to do to be a parenthood. But you know what another thing too is? I think so many people are so attached to social media that sometimes they use that as a learning avenue of what to do. Sometimes niggas be like, yo, I know how to invest, and they learned about that shit on Instagram, or niggas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Is that like, do you think it made it revolutionary for parenthood? Like, not revolutionary is probably not the best word. Well, do you think it helped and encouraged some evolving moments in parenthood, or do you think it just made it? You know what I mean? It just this obviously it worked for this person. It must work for me, right? Like growing up, it was trial and error with a lot of shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like as long our parents grew up with or raised us with the notion of, then you're not going to die. You know what I mean? If I'm going to mess up as a parent, like, you know what I mean? They kind of had that realization with themselves that they're not going to be perfect 24/7. They're not going to make the right decisions all the time. And they may fuck up when it comes to whatever is involved in your world. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's just trial. They'll never do it again, you know? Like,
Yeah.
And I think that.
I think.
No, go ahead. No.
Sorry.
Finish your thought.
Nah, I just think, I don't know, man. I think just because social media is so normalized that people, like I said before, they just use it as a tool of learning. But to me, I don't think I've taken one thing from fucking social media learning. For example, I'll tell you this. I just be feeling the rhythm, feeling the wave.
The rhythm, eh?
Feeling the rhythm.
I heard it a little bit. I heard it come out. That's crazy.
But like I tell you this, so like I'm gonna tell you where it first started. I would go to gymnastics. I see some of the kids Nova age, they ain't wearing diapers. I'm like, all right, bet. And then, you know, Nova's coming up on 3. I'm like, all right, Shorty really is 2, but she about to be 3. I keep thinking I gotta keep telling myself that Shorty's really 2, but she about to be 3. Like niggas be like, nah, she 3. Like, nah, she really 2 though. Like she's 2 years old. And just looking at certain shit, man, and you know, just looking at my nephew use the pod. And last week, 2 weeks ago, me and her were home, and I was like, you know what? We're not using no more diaper. We're done. And she's like, oh, we're going to use panties. I'm like, yeah, we're going to use it. We're going to do it. Today's the day. So we go downstairs. Everything's cool. Nova was quiet, and I kind of figured out she was quiet, and she had peed herself.
Okay.
So, like, with me, like, I'm all about discipline. I pick her up like, yo, like, I told you, don't pee. You need to listen. Right. Like, she's like crying. She's sad. I'm like, yo, listen. You have to listen. You got to listen, right? We're trying to be big girl. You want to be a big girl? She's like, yeah. I'm like, you want to use the pot? Yeah. I was like, you want to use the diaper? She's like, no. I'm like, yo, you can't pee. You can't pee, yo. Like, going forward, you got to be a big girl. There's none of this, right? You don't do this. This is bad. Like, really just on her ass. Like, no. Whole day goes by. She doesn't pee anymore. Right? So it's been about 2 weeks now. And I could probably count on one hand, maybe 1.5 hands, how many times Nova has peed, my G. Right? And it's been multiple days where she's gone to daycare and she hasn't peed on herself. Okay,
but she's peeing in the pot. Let's get this clear. Okay, all right. I just want to make sure because she's not fucking killing herself trying not to pee. Nah. She's fucking she's just being a fucking trooper about this shit. Like understanding it's bad. You know what I mean? Like constantly telling her, listen, when you go somewhere, yo, what do? I gotta use the bathroom. When you go to daycare, what do? Gotta use the bathroom. All right, don't pee. She did poop on herself one time. Ooh, those are fun.
That was her first time. That was her first time pooping. And I think Jasmine was saying she's probably a little scared about pooping.
Yo,
because I haven't.
Yeah, it's like a common thing in girls. Like Cass was like that.
Yeah, because like she don't be pooping as much anymore. Actually, that's the first time she's pooped in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's not healthy, bro. That's not good. She need to be pooping, bro. Yeah, no,
I know.
It's a fucking no. Cassidy was one of those privacy peers. Like she didn't want nobody watching her. Like she would go sit. Like when she would like shit herself. Like she would go like walk into a corner, and then you would walk towards her. She'd be like, no. Let me finish. Like almost some type of shit like that. But so basically, from what I'm getting is the method that you use is kind of like she fucked up, you broke it down, built it back up, and you ain't had no problem since, right?
Yeah, like I said, she peed on herself Sunday.
Okay.
And it's like she pees on herself like every other day or like every 3 days or like as the time goes on, she's just not peeing on herself. Like this week so far, she peed one time. That was Sunday.
Okay.
It's literally tomorrow's gonna be Thursday. So like as the weeks go on, she's getting better and better.
So,
and like,
go ahead. Sorry.
And that's just off of me just reading her, understanding her, right? Just knowing like, yo, she can do it. Like I called Jasmine that day. I was like, yo, she can do this shit, yo. Like I know she can.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying that like she won't take a shit. She won't pee on herself. She probably will, but you can't baby her during this process, right? You can't read no book. You just got to feel her out. Like, for example, like letting her understand that it's wrong. So like, I remember like when the first day I let her take a nap without any diaper and I was scared. I was like, dang, yo, she about to fucking pee. And I just told her, I was like, I shook her before. I was like, listen, don't pee. Just wake up. Just trust me. Just don't pee. She's like, I got you. She don't pee. But then when Jasmine comes, she's like, well, when it's nighttime, I want her to put a diaper on. I'm just like, yo, you babying her, yo. You baby, like, because now she's going to make it seem like, even though she hasn't peed in the night at all, though, all her diapers have been dry.
Sure.
It's like with that whole, it's kind of like the whole ankle brace and the ankle thing. It's like I tell people, I'm like, yo, your ankle's never going to be strong enough because it's always relying on the support of the ankle brace. Right. And I feel like it's the same thing with the diaper. Right. Like she's never going to have that independence if there's always a diaper there. Mm-hmm. She's going to think like, okay, like it's okay for me to do this shit once and twice a time. But when she starts to realize, damn, I'm fucking shitting on the bed. Damn, I'm peeing on the floor. And you keep telling her like, yo, stop doing that. She's going to start to realize and she's going to start to like connect the dots to be like, yo, that's not cool. That's not right. That's what I should not be doing. This is what I should be doing. And it's like that right there. Like, I kid you not, bro, when it fucking hits a month straight, a week straight, she doesn't pee. She just fucking hitting the pot like she been doing. I'm fucking proud of myself, yo. I did that shit. I fucking said it. She can do it. She can fucking do it, man. So like that stuff right there is like, I feel like it's no book or no IG that can tell you because kids are different. There might be a kid out there that's literally, he's just not ready for that shit. But if you understand your kid, you around them, you know what their capability of, like, you know what they can do and you know what they can't do.
Nah. And, you know, prime example over here. So Ashley doesn't read, Ashley reads books, not for necessarily the how-to do shit, but she kind of like looks towards them for like advice. If that makes sense. Not necessarily like reading a cookbook where it's like, okay, cool, add a quarter teaspoon of butter, add some flour. Like, no, it's never been like that. It's always just for informative advice, you know what I mean? Just to kind of get an idea, which is no different than us Googling on the internet, why the fuck is my finger turning purple, or going to WebMD trying to figure out what the fuck's wrong with us, you know what I mean? So with the whole potty training shit, she brought this book. Cool. Supposed to be the #1 potty training book out there, whatever. Cool. So we go through the process. Bo picks it up in literally 48 hours. Like, we strip their ass naked. There's a process to the book. You strip them naked. The first day you strip them naked, let them walk around the house, free balling, whatever you want to call it. And then you can't be on your phone. You gotta, no TV. You just gotta watch them and just, you know what I mean? If you catch them going to the bath, like trying to pee, you rush their ass to the toilet and you kind of just talk them through the process. Kind of like similar to what you do.
Yeah.
Cool. So Bo gets potty trained within we complete the process with him in 4 days. Cassidy, on the other hand, she just lazy as shit, and she's a they call it privacy peer. So she just doesn't like people watching her pee. So I looked at Ash and I'm like, yo, this book not working. It's working for one, but it ain't working for the other. So we kind of had to change our approach.
Yeah.
So with her, she would like I said, she would like go in corners and shit. Like she would hide, try to go pee, or she'll go in the corner. And like I said, when she like you catch her taking a shit, when she tells you don't come over here because she's over there trying to concentrate and push her shit out. So we was having like massive. She was just walking around pee. Girls are nasty, man. They be peeing all the way down. Their fucking socks be soaking wet. They be slipping all over the damn floor. Like it was nasty. So then we moved her over to. So Bo moved. We put Bo in underwear to go to bed. Cassidy was still in pull-ups. So I was telling Ashley, kind of the same situation she was telling Jasmine, like, it's going to confuse her, because she, at nighttime, she thinks it's going to be okay to, because I've seen some childs where they've been in like pull-ups and shit for a long period of time because they're confused. They can pee over here in the pull-up, but they can't pee in their underwear. So we were battling that back and forth, and then we tried it one night to take the pull-up off. She peed the bed. So we were like, fuck it, let's keep going. But I know, knowing your child, like I know she's lazy like me. She's very lazy, complacent. Like she don't need much. Just leave her alone. You know what I mean? And then I looked at Ashley. This was last week, and I was like, listen, she got about 4 pull-ups left in this damn pack. I said, after this, we not buying no more. We're going to go straight underwear. We're going to figure it the fuck out. Because at some point she has to know. Because she was waking up dry, and then some days she would wake up peeing, but then we started catching on that she was peeing in the morning when she first wake up, because she just knows she can do it. So then, fuck all that. Yep. So no, we go potty right before we go to bed, and then we go to bed. Tonight's her 3rd night. She's woken up dry the past 2 nights, knock on wood, but she's on the right path. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta, and I think that's the uncomfortable reality about parenthood. Excuse me. Kind of just transition to a different topic, but sometimes you gotta let your kids be uncomfortable. Like you can't, you know what I mean? You can't let them ride this comfortability wave, because that's life. That's not realistic to life. You know what I mean? Like, you're not always going to be there. There's going to be an uncomfortable situation where they're in school and they got to figure out how to manage their emotions and shit like that. So when it comes to some little things, it's just like taking off a pull-up or a diaper because you've had enough. You tired of spending fucking money, because you know diapers is probably higher than giraffe ass price-wise because of inflation these days. You know what I mean? And you just got to let them understand. It may suck at times. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, but they got to know what it's like to handle their emotion. Because those kids that don't know how to handle their emotions are the ones that fucking want to beat up everybody, and they just got to lash out. You know what I mean? You got to let them feel uncomfortable, but also let them know you still love them and you're going to take care of them. So,
and I think that is really where parenting collides with each other, right? Because people have different preferences of how they want to raise their child, right? Not everyone in the household is on the same page. Like, oh, that's how we're going to raise them. Like, they have ways of how they want them to be raised as a person, but like little shit, like peeing, how to baby them, that's just like, I feel like that's where a lot of people bump heads with. I think some parents need to realize, like you just said, kids need uncomfortable situations for them to understand their emotions. Mm-hmm. For a great example today, I was in the gym. This guy was waiting for his wife. She came out and he was like, did they cry? And he was talking about, did they cry when you left them in the daycare center? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, what else are we going to do? You know what I mean? Like, they'll get over that shit. You know what I mean?
This was
like,
a mom saying that. That's a first. I never heard that before.
Yes. He was like, what are we going to do? Like, we can't do anything else. Like, we're about to work out. The fuck you want us to fucking baby them? while we trying to work out, and like that little shit right there, that itself is like that's basically like the biggest, I think, encouragement to a parent, especially if it's coming from a mom, like you just said, because moms be ready to baby them. No, I'm not ready to leave them.
Yeah.
I think I don't want to hear them cry. So like, if you got a mother that's out there that's saying like, nah, like they gonna be good, like, you know, understanding like, yo, they good.
Yeah.
That's the whirlwind. And I feel like, yo, that's how I want to raise my daughter. You know, that's how my mom is too. My mom's like, yo, they good, they kids. You know what I mean? And I want Nova to be the same way when she becomes a mom. Like, yo, like I know you are on a new path and you have your hormones and everything. But when you get a kid, the same thing I do for you is like, yo, I'll let you freestyle. Like when me and Nova's together, she do what she want and I let her do what she want. But when she around Jasmine, and one of the things I hate it to a T. I hate when Jasmine picks her up.
Yo, I've been on that shit lately too, bro. That's funny you say that.
I hate it. And Nova knows, she knows that her mom will pick her up. She knows it. Like we got on the boardwalk and she's like, I'm like, yo, I'm telling you, I've never seen Nova do that to me. Never. And we walk more than you do. We walk all the time, bro. Like I'm always outside with Nova. It's when I get from work, yo, let's go outside. She's never went like this. But when she's around Jasmine, she's like,
yo, it must be it's a stage, bro. It's gotta be a stage, bro, because I'm literally going through that same shit right now. And like I've told Ashley, like, yo, listen, at this point, you're now it's like we're starting to ramp shit up around here because you're turning 3, you'll be 3 in a couple months. Like, yo, you'll be 3 in literally 60 days. Like, we don't leave a room messy. We gotta clean this damn place up. Like, it's time to start buckling down a little bit. And I'm like, look, this picking up shit. I'm like, why are you picking them up? Like, yo, listen, we only need to be picking them up if they're bruised, broken, or, you know what I mean, or bleeding. Like, not like, oh, these kids, man, they got to be picked up from the couch to go to the dinner table. And I think that is the most entitling shit I've ever seen in my life. Every time it happens, I'm like, oh my God. And it ain't that I'm talking shit on Ashley, but it's the same situation like you. Like, it's something about about their moms where they just feel the need to be picked up about everything. And I'm like, bro, put them down. They're fine. Please.
Yo, and that causes so much tension in the house because some days I'm like, all right, fuck it. And then some days I'm like, yo, Jazz, like, you got to stop doing this shit, bro. You really do. And she's like, well, I'm the mother and I feel blah, 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 whatever she's saying. I'm like, yo, I hear you. But what I'm trying to tell you is, like, I'm around her. Like, I'm not trying to knock you. I'm around Nova more than you're around Nova. I'm telling you for a fact, yo. You worked a whole year at work. I was here for a year. You still go to work. I'm still here. I fucking take her to fucking daycare every fucking day unless you take her to daycare with the days I go into work, which is once or twice a week. I'm fucking here every Friday. I'm here on Mondays. Like,
so then listen. So then how do we? All right, let's do a bit of education. All right, we did enough talking about the women and how our kids just feel the need. They feel like they can be. They know how to pull strings with mom. Basically, that's just all it is. Honestly, how do we come to a standpoint from a male's perspective? How do we deliver that message clearly and effectively, but not hurtfully? So like not. I know, and it's very difficult to say. Like we always talk about, we need to have these difficult conversations. Like, how do we say that? Like, you know what I mean, without offending the other party.
It's tough. I feel like you both defend both people because, like, I'll say something to Jasmine, and she be like, I think you're just taking it too emotional.
Or you're too strict.
Bro,
that's my favorite one. That's my new one lately. You're too strict. That's been my last.
Yeah, she like,
title.
yo, like, Shane, you be killing the mood, and Shane, you sometimes I think you take things too wrong. You're emotional. I'm like, yo, like, what's wrong with me being emotional, my nigga? You know
You're
what I mean?
sensitive.
Like,
Oh yeah, I get that too. You're the sensitive. Yeah, sensitivity.
you're a little bit too sensitive. I'm like, yo, how I can't express my emotions. Like, yo, it's easy. It's if you say something, Shane, like, I don't like how you do that with no. All right, babe, I'm gonna try to work on that. It's not, yo, Jasmine, why you so fucking emotional? I'm like, yo, I told her that the other day. I'm like, yo, bro, my nigga. I gotta stop saying my nigga. I heard someone say it recently and I've been using it. But I'm just like, yo, if you tell me something and I say, yo, just being too sensitive, do you know how much of a dickhead I would be?
Yeah, that couch is gonna be your best fucking friend.
Yeah, like, yo, but for me to say something and just talk to you, like, yo, I think you're just sensitive on it. It's like, oh, what the fuck? I can't be sensitive on a situation.
Yeah, no, but see, that's the thing is that it comes with the territory, brother. That's what, and that's it. That's just where we got to find a way as men to like, yo, listen. If I sat here and said that to you, you would feel some type of way, because then it's gonna go into a laundry list of things that of reasons why you should you feel this way and da 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 blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? But when it comes to us, we're supposed to be the ones taking shit on the chin, and I find that to be unfair, very unfair.
It's so unfair, and sometimes I don't know, that joint just be leaving me drained. Sometimes I just be like, yo, how is a nigga really supposed to say shit? Like, a nigga can't even say shit. Nigga just saying, yo, this, that, and the third. And then it's like, nah, you this, that, and the third. I'm like, yo, I'm just being vocal right now. I could be, but sometimes I just be like, man, fuck that shit. I don't even be saying shit, man. Just like, I'm gonna keep
I know
pushing.
it's a fine line, because I'm in the same I'm in the same boat with you.
But like I said before, I always, you know, I heard it and I believe it. But like, women need to take accountability too, like how they react to things and how they perceive things. I don't think it's all on us, because just think about it. If there was a woman out there, just, you know, a mother, and you told her this, that, and the third, and she was like, bet, like, I hear you. You know, I'm gonna work on it. It's kind of hard right now, but I hear what you're saying, Lawrence. I hear what you're saying, Shane. All right, bet.
Right.
But yo, if you gonna be like, if I say something, you be like, you know what, man? Like, I'm just a mom. Like, I just think you're sensitive about it. It's like, my G, man, come on.
It's just the book. It's just the.
It's the book. It's just the book you read.
I don't know, bro. It's like it's exactly what it is. Like, it doesn't seem fair, and I think that and I'm gonna get grilled for saying this, but that whole, well, I've carried them for 9 months and spat them out of my body, and that excuse can only, not an excuse, I'm gonna say that reasoning can only go so far, I think. You know what I mean? Especially in a situation where where your husband respects gracefully of the transformation of your body to deliver a healthy babies. You know what I'm saying? Like, that can only go so far. I can see if he was disrespecting you and didn't really give a shit about how your health was and the other pregnancy, then maybe, yeah, okay, cool. But the fact that you can sit back here and just keep saying, well, I nurtured them and this, that, and the third, it's just that shit kind of runs dry at some point. And I would think that, like, we all should hold accountability. It ain't just women. Men should hold accountability too. But I don't like the fact that I have to take it on the chin when you say something. But when I say something, now we got to have like a real conversation about it. Like, oh, well, I should feel this way because you did this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's kind of just, that's not crack-a-lack in my mind.
Yeah, man, I think it's weird, but those are just situations that, yo, plenty of men have went through. Plenty.
We all go through it.
Plenty.
And this is a situation
And,
where it's like one of those things where, like, how would you, like, if you ask somebody that ain't never been there, like, how would you react? And well, I'm going to put my foot down. No, the fuck you're not, bro. You're not going to sit around here and say, you're not. You're just not. You're not. I'm telling you right now, you're not. You're going to sit back. You're either one, you're going to shut the fuck up and walk away, or number two, you're going to try to argue it out with her and try to fight your point across. That's the only two options. You're not going to sit there and tell her how it is and you expect her to just walk off, because that's not today's woman. And that wasn't yesterday's woman either, but a lot of women aren't like that.
And
like I said, fatherhood summed up in 2 phrases. What are you doing? I don't know. I don't know. Where's the Hey, Ashley asked me the other day. We were looking for Cassidy's leotards for gymnastics and couldn't find them. Lawrence, where do you live? Where's Cassidy's leotards? I don't know. Last time I saw him, he was in the drawer. Lawrence, where's the water bottle at? I don't know. Last time I saw it, we was in the basement. Did you pick it up? No, that's why I'm asking you. Then I don't know.
No. So I also thought about that too, but then I was just like, yo, I'm not being myself, yo. I'm really like pitying down who I am as a person. And like that also goes back to like me saying like, yo, am I happy?
But are you pitying yourself down, or are you
picking your battles?
There you go. There's a difference.
Right? Yeah, I totally agree. And I've had this talk with myself 100 times, right? And it's like, all right, yo, you're say for example, I'll give you a great example. The whole situation of like me wanting to bring over somewhere, and I told her like, don't bring that, just bring one. And Jazz was like, yo, you messed up the mood. You should have just let her bring 2. It's like, I could have easily been like, all right, yeah, that's cool. But like, I want to raise my kid too.
And that's all,
right?
And that's really all it really is. Because that's just all it is. And the funny shit about it is that like women will like throw us a bone real quick just to shut us the fuck up, and we just be like, all right, every time, every fucking time. The same situation. There was a phase where these kids had to take literally everything out the house to their grandmother's house as if they had nothing there to play with. I told Ashley, everyone needs to bring one of something. Just bring one thing. You pick one toy and we're going to keep it moving. Well, they're toddlers. This is what toddlers do. What? In my mind, I'm like, when is that? That doesn't even seem logical. But you know what, though? I shut the fuck up. Okay, cool. So then when they come home, oh, where's they'll be like, oh, where's my excavator at? I don't know. Where'd you have it last? Where'd you have it last? Oh, did you leave it at Nana's? I guess you just have to get it tomorrow. Then I have to deal with it on the back end. You see what I'm saying? It's literally, it ain't that, and you hit the nail on the fucking head. I want to raise my kid too. Like, it ain't, I want to have a voice. Like, I get it. You're with them. Maybe you are with them more. Maybe I'm with them more. Whatever it is. But that shouldn't matter at the end of the day. This is my blood just as much as my blood is your blood. Like, I'm trying to raise these kids with you. So you need to learn to pick and choose when to pick and choose a battle too, if anything. But, you know, hey, if I said that out loud, they're going to crucify me.
Yeah, man, I think that's just the biggest thing.
And that's what makes
like,
this, and that's what makes men, I think it makes men more calculated in parenthood. Because now it's like women like really will like sit back and voice their opinion like more often than so. I would say, I'm not gonna say all the time, but I'll say often, right? But as men, we really got to sit back and dial in and figure out, okay, is this worth this argument here? it works on our communication skills because now it's like we're being voiced the problem, and now we got to figure out if we want to pursue it, if we want to back off of it, if we want to leave it alone, or do we want to sit down and have a conversation? You know what I mean? And I think that's where kind of like we lose more of our communication skills when it comes to those type of situations because we take a lot of shit on the chin. Like we just don't really talk about a lot of shit. You know what I mean? So if Jasmine says, "Why are you being emotional?" You know what I'm saying? You be like, all right, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? But then it gets to a point where it boils up and she's at the tip of the iceberg. And one day you just unload everything you just said, like everything that's been on your mind. Then now it's like you're not effectively communicating. So if it's like it's a complex situation.
You know, because that's exactly what I'm saying too. I'm like, yo, man, you lucky, man. Like, you really lucky. There's niggas out there that don't give a fuck. Niggas won't say shit. I'm telling you, I'm doing it the best communication way I can. Like, my delivery's good. I ain't yelling at you. I ain't cussing you out. I'm just telling you, like, yo, bro, just hear me out. You say something, all right, taking into consideration. I say something, my nigga, why are you?
Why are you sensitive? You're real sensitive right now. Like, and that's what be that shit sends me into a spiral sometimes. And I'm not saying that I lose it on Ashley, but like that shit will send me into a spiral, like internally. And I'll just be like, I know for a fact she ain't fucking say that out loud. I know she ain't say that shit.
Yeah, Shorty be killing me with that. I be really hurt. I ain't even gonna lie. I'll be hurt off of that. Like, nigga just said, close the damn cabinet.
Really? Just say close the cabinet.
Close the cabinet.
Yeah, bro.
I'm like, Shorty is wilding, but
it's okay. They're gonna see this episode. Jasmine and Ashley gonna see this episode. Maybe they should do like a watch party, and they can FaceTime each other and talk about it. Have a girl chat about it, because we ain't the only men that go through this shit. I know for a fact we're not.
You ain't lying.
And that's why a lot of those men just be like, well, she's just on her way. She's just doing her thing. And we just sit back and shut the fuck up, because that's the only way. That's the only way we could come across without silence. Silence is the only way we could come across, unless you're like a master communicator. Like if you could really like dial in and say some smooth shit and like get her thinking. Majority of us, silence is our only move we got, because we say one wrong word, then it spirals into something else. You know what I mean? It could lead to more arguments and bringing up other shit, and now you got to deal with all that. It's just like, let's just be silent, bro.
That's a lot.
Like I said, bro. What are you doing? I used to get mad when she's asking me that. I keep bringing that shit up. I used to get mad when she's asking me, like, what the fuck you mean what I'm doing? I'm down here putting the laundry in the dryer. What are you talking about?
I hate when Nova says that.
Oh my God. Yo, Cassidy started to say that. That's what made me realize is that Cassidy always asking me, and I don't mind. At this point, I don't mind it. Like, it's just, that's my baby girl. And Ashley's wifey, but it's just like, yo, I'm constantly getting asked around this bitch. What am I doing as if I don't fucking live here and this ain't my house? I'm the count how many times a day I get asked a question. Tomorrow, that's what I'm gonna do. I always get asked, what are you doing? I don't know. I'm just existing at this point. I just don't want to talk. I just don't want to think. I just want to be here. All right. I just want to be in the moment.
No, but if you say I don't know, she'd be like, "What do you mean, though?"
And she get that shit from Jasmine, huh?
Yo, it's funny because Jasmine doesn't ask me that. Like, she never asks me that. Well, she doesn't ask me where I'm going or what I'm doing. But Nova be like, "Daddy, like, what are you doing?" And I'm like, I don't know. She'd be like, "What do you mean?" Like, I'm like, what the fuck? She'd be like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I'm like, "Yo, I'm going downstairs." She'd be like, "Downstairs? Like, what are you doing downstairs?"
Yo, it literally be one spot. Cassidy will ask me, "What am I doing?" Till she is blue in the face. And I'll even tell her, like, "Oh, I'm about to go cook dinner or something." Let's just say that. What are you doing? What are you doing? I just told you I'm gonna go cook dinner. What do you mean? What am I doing? Then it'll go silent for like another 2 minutes, and then if I don't get up right away, I gotta get up. When I say I'm going upstairs to cook dinner, I gotta leave, because if not, she's gonna just keep asking me. Should be. It'll be.
You're not gonna
You no, not even that. Just what are you doing? What are you doing? Like also like it almost sounds borderline creepy. Like it's cute though. It's cute though from her because she be like her little voice. She be like, "Daddy, what are you doing?" Like she get a little excited and shit, a little pitch in her voice. It's great. Ashley always asks me what I'm doing. I'm just like, then I start thinking, I'm like, yo, do I not keep the lights on around this motherfucker? Like,
Yeah, I hate that question. I actually hate like where you going. Even though I always tell Jasmine where I'm going, I hate that.
oh yeah, I always
hate that
tell.
shit.
Just for liability purposes, if I get one, I'm nowhere near home. Like I'm not like it ain't like Columbia's down the street. Like I always tell Ashley, like I'll give Ashley always run down where I'm going. That's all I'm doing. But like sometimes it'd be just like random shit.
Yeah, Nova says that. Oh, Nova has this yesterday. Where you going? I'm going to the gym. Oh, again, Daddy, I don't want you to go. I want you to stay. I'm like, oh my God, I'm out.
See, nah, Bo does that. He bro. I swear to God, if he ain't the next Denzel, I don't know what's in store for him, bro. He is he's Oscar tomorrow. The way this little boy be fucking acting. He'll be, Daddy, don't leave, Daddy, don't leave. Like. No, not even that. Don't leave. Come back. Like, bro, I'll see you when I get back from this basketball game, bro. I will be right back. Trust me, I ain't going nowhere. But he'll play. He loves to do that shit because he loves to play people. He's so intelligent. It's like scary, like how intelligent he is. I don't need to. He just do it on the regular without no script, no nothing. He's straight improv. Daddy, don't leave. Mommy, pick up me. He was saying that for the longest. Pick up me. Like, bro, your English is all backwards, bro. It's pick me up.
Pick me up.
Bro, kids do the darndest shit, bro. And we're at that fun age now. Like, we're turning over to, like, we're real full-on toddlers now. Like, we're talking, we're having full-on dialect conversations. Like, responsive, just all type of responses and being very in tune with what's going on and what they're capable and what they're not capable of doing as of now. But I'm excited for this next 3. Like that's like closer to 5. Like we're almost free. No, we're not. I'm lying. I'm lying like a motherfucker. We ain't free. Anyway, guys. I don't know about you, but this was a blast of an episode. Shout out to that fucking whack job who called in his story about adopting his child to his real marriage.
No, that was classic.
You're a loser. Sorry. You're a loser. It's okay. I don't. There's no other way to put it. Anyway, we are selling merch. Copy Diaper Dad tees, hoodies. Hit us up. Got the Venmo. It's going to be in the description. In our bio. Catch us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. See our lovely faces as always. We're always interactive, in touch. So hit us up. If you have any questions, advice, we can give it to the best of our ability. But we will holler at y'all next week, man. Love y'all.
Yes, sir.